Good morning to all my brothers and sisters out there. I'm your host, Clayton. This is about real talk this morning. I hope that you done woke up this morning, you done prayed to God, you done drank your coffee, you done smoked your cigarettes, and you done lied and cheated and did everything else this morning. But I'm not here to get into that. This is a serious subject. And maybe most of y'all do not understand, especially minority people, as to why do white people treat us so poorly. And one of the things is that, especially in the United States, is rooted into a long history of system racism. It's a long history of it. It's social inequality and culture bias. Now, when we look at sometimes the origin, how it started, look at your origin, look at your family origin, and then you can build from there. I just want to give you a clear understanding as to why white people, racist people, treat black people so poorly. Historical roots of anti-black racism. You understand? That's where the roots of it. Slavery and colonialism. That's where the roots cause of it. And if you understand what the root cause of something, then you can understand what the effects of it. I just need to educate, please. I want to educate everyone, but a lot of people's in denial that whatever I'm talking about is just something to create havoc among race. I'm talking real talk. Now, when I say from the 1600s onward, African was forcibly enslaved and brought into America. Slavery was racialized, created a caste system based on the color of their skin. So when you look at how we have been treated from millions of years ago, and then you want to understand, why would you want to go back? Why would America want to take us back? And why they didn't want to talk about what they did to us the first time? So I need you to open your eyes, open your mind. I don't care whether you're white, black, green, or purple. We're talking about a post-Civil War discrimination. Do you know what that happened? A post-Civil War right here in the United States. The whites trying to kill all the blacks. Even if slavery was abolished, black American faced black code. You know, they got codes that they were using back during the time. They got the Jim Crow law. You understand? And segregation and legally enforced inequality. These were the laws that these clowns made sure that the black man are going to be treated less than dirt. And in America today is no change. There is racism is a sickness until these, I don't want to say it, get out of this world. And I'm going to say this to you. I mean, let's face it. Scientific racism. Scientific. Understand what the word means, scientific. You know, it's sort of like a theory was used to justify white supremacy and black inferiors, influencing education and laws and medicine. You understand that the power that during these roots time, they wrote laws that are going to hurt the black people. They wrote laws that can kill. I mean, you must understand it. That was back then. Well, let's compare back then from what has happened today. But I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'm talking about real talk. If you can't stand the heat, maybe you might want to think about getting out of the kitchen right now, because we talk about system inequality today. You want to talk about what's happening today? Okay. Don't be in denial. You put your dukes down, white supremacy. I'm putting my dukes down at a black man. And I'm going to ask you these questions. And I'm going to ask you, how do you feel if you was in my shoe? You know, we're talking about the criminal justice system. I need the black people to understand the criminal justice system was designed to protect the white man and to put harm onto the black people. Look why the legislation was written. These police in the countries and towns, they done wrote legislation. Don't resist. Don't talk back. You better call me mister. Look, we need to understand is that Black Americans are disproportionately arrested, they are sentenced, and most of the time they are incarcerated. Why? Because the white have wrote these legislators protect the white, but harm the Black people. So I'm going to talk real talk. 1 in 3 Black men is expected to go to prison in their lifetime. Now that is a damn shame. Why is it 1 out of 10 go to prison in a lifetime? Because the system is set up to design to keep the Black man inferior and to let him know that the white man is superior. As I said, if you can't stand the heat, you might want to get out the kitchen right now because I'm just getting warmed up. But guess what? I'm talking about real talk. When I talk about economic disparity, well, what do you mean by economic disparity? Well, the median Black household has only 6% of the wealth of the median white household. 6%. 6% out of 100. So you understand that when you look at the math, the reason, the cause, and the effect as to why Black people, they do not want you to achieve above a certain standard. They want to keep you at a certain level where you're going to feel inferior among them. So let's wake up and we're going to talk about real talk right now. When we're talking about the education system, look at what's happening on our education system. Look how they're trying to demolish all the Black educational programs. This is what's happening today when you're dealing with irresponsible administration. I'm not going to get on my hard horses now, but you can believe I'm going to get on it before I close this out. I'm talking about real talk. We're talking about Black students are suspended and expelled at a higher rate than white kids. They get suspended. This goes on their record. So if we want to talk about real talk and graduating lag behind, Black kids are dropping out of school. They're lagging behind on the educational process. It's because the system of injustice. My brothers and sisters, whether you white, Black, green, or purple, admit what I'm saying is about real talk. The rich is getting richer off the poor. And the poor is the Black, the minority people. But people wants to be brainwashed that these Black people are just complaining. But when you hear me at the end, you're going to understand as to why we should keep complaining. We talk about the healthcare. Healthcare, this is a problem for the poor Blacks today. You know, when we talk about infant mortalities and life expectancy are significant worse for Black kids, Black America compared to white. Infant, they don't get the proper medical care. And look who they're going to get the Medicare under is the people that who hates them a lot of times. Racism is a sickness until death. Most of the institutions are ran by white supremacists. When are we going to wake up and understand the system of injustice? Why they treat us the way they treat us? And why do we have to accept what's being put out there? And when I say it to you, and public perception of ongoing discrimination, this is a serious issue, America. Now, let me give you some statistics to show you that this is something that's not fabricated. 67% of Americans say Black people are treated less fairly than white people by police. I'm going to say this to you. Them police officers are white supremacy. They're going to stick together. They're going to lie together. They're going to do anything to protect themselves. And by the way the legislation is written up, it protects the police officer. You got crooked police officers and you got good police officers. But them bad ones in these southern states, they looking at you as, I'm going to stop you because you're Black. You don't need to be driving that kind of car. Where do you work? And they're going to put some type of thing out on you. Watch it. You must understand, white peoples is setting up these stations to ensure that black people stay on their back. They control the social media. Anytime you say something against their God, President Trump, let's go check him out. He ain't supposed to be talking like that to our president. I'm going to tell you this right now. I talk about that scumbag anytime I see. Anytime that you're destroying America for wealth, personal gain, why should I love you? Matter of fact, I hate you. I hate all the people that's destroying America. Whether you white, black, green, or purple. If you're not here to fight for all people, you're not worth even living in this country. And that's a lot of people that run in this country need to be out of this country to make America great again. Now, let's talk about half of America believe black people face unfair treatment, hiring, paying, and promotion. That's evident. They want to hire you at a cheaper, they want to pay you less, they don't want to promote you, they want to keep you in that same position. Now, when a white person come in, now they become head of you. You must understand how the system works, how white people, they work together, they think together, and they are going to stick together. I'm not saying that all whites are the same. It's those actors out there that believe in what President Trump and his administration are saying. Let's deport all minority. Let's kill them. Let's keep them as factory workers. Let's keep them on our foot. As long as they're under the president, as long as you are a Republican state, you better do what I say. We want to keep them down low. America. When are we going to wake up and understand what today's administration is doing? 57% say black people hurt a person's ability to get ahead of society. You see? Do you believe that? 57% say black people hurt a person's ability to get ahead in society. Now, to me, that is a kick in the face in many ways in my own view. Black people, all you got to do is just open your eyes. You got these two, and if you don't have them checked out, you'll be blind. You got ears to see what's going on around you. Because when you understand who is going to protect who, the whites are going to protect whites. The white want the blacks to turn against the blacks. As long as they feel inferior and we are superior, that's our main objective. Everybody needs to understand, pay attention. And then we talk about culture and psychological factors that as to why things don't just happen, they happen just. Anti-blackness in institution. Now you understand these black institutions, this new administration is trying to cut their fund. Anything that got to do with minority program, the range administration is destroying or trying to destroy our black culture. You must understand, everything that look real is not real. Everything that shine is not gold. But I want you to understand what? Until you put God first in your life, your mind gonna be bothered with a lot of BS. If you believe in God and you see what these clowns out here is doing to the black minority America, then we can understand our trust got to be in God. We cannot allow certain things to go down. Things don't just happen. They happen just. Now, when I said Anti-Blackness Institute, legal, religious, and educational system was built on white dominancy and continue to uphold racial hierarchy. The white churches, their belief is that they are the real God. They believe that you must believe, and you're going to stay up on that. Believe in our ideology, believe in our faith, believe in the way we think, believe in the way we act. As long as you understand one thing, we are the true disciples of the world, the white man. So are we going to talk about real talk, or are we going to sit up here and bullshit? Internalized racism. Internalized. You understand what that means? Internalized. Even within the region of marginalization community, anti-Black sentiment can persist, reinforcing system oppression to keep you down below a certain level. Because we don't want you Black men to get up high in this society. You understand? Black people, what this Trump administration is doing, gonna kill millions of Blacks. Mental health gonna be at a high cost because we're dealing under the authority of a white supremacy. Admit it, because I'm not gonna quit saying what I'm saying. America is better off without that administration is running this country. And those who in Congress, even though you fall under fear, you know it's wrong. But I got to go along. You don't have to go along with President Trump and what his administration saying. You got to grow some yourself. Stand up for your community. Stand up for your mother and your father, your sister, your brother. Stand up for your veteran people. Don't be afraid of this administration. Black people, you need to stand up. Don't be afraid. Do not allow the form of intimidation or some type of fear to inflict pain on you. So when we talking about Black excellent pressure, well, what do you mean by that? Black excellent pressure. Well, I wish you would. The idea that Black people must overachieve to be accepted can be psychologically damaging and rooted into white validation. Do I need to read it again? Black excellent pressure. The idea that Black people must overachieve to be accepted and can be psychologically damaging and rooted into white validation. The system of injustice, how Black people are being treated back then and now, they're being treated the same way by the white supremacists. You can accept it or reject it. I'm going to say to America, you must understand, when I speak of the word white supremacy, not all white people are white supremacy. We got good and Black in every race. But if this thing here determine your mind, your heart, where your heart's at, boy? I'm talking real talk, and I want people to be aware. Things don't just happen. They happen just because the way the system is designed. The rich going to get richer. The poor going to get poor. And I just want you to understand. Well, you know, we talked about this. Well, what can we do about this? Well, there are many things that we can do. We must learn to pray together and stick together and become educated together if we're going to keep this race going. We cannot allow white people to dictate our future, dictate our kids' future. How many Blacks, how many minority people is going to die under the hands of this deranged administration? Yes, I'm on my high right now. Education and awareness. We need to be aware. Understanding the roots and realities of racism is the first step. Look at the root causes where racism first started at and where it is today. How these white supremacists are trying to demoralize or trying to destroy all minority. They want to keep them under their feet where they can be under control. So we need to first step, tell them how racist, educate your kids, train your kids, let them be aware of what's going down around. And you talk about what can be done, let's continue to talk about policy reform. Well, what we mean by policy reform is addressing disparities of policing and healthcare and education and housing. Well, we need to stand up to all these policies. We cannot sit back and let the legislators in your town, your little city, dictate what they want to do. But when you're uneducated and you don't know what's going on, you're going to fall for anything. You're going to fall for these false narrative that the President Trump is putting out there. You're going to fall for this false narrative that the white supremacist is advertising on social media. Oh, President Trump, he's good, man. I love that boy. Well, I'm glad you love him because birds of feathers tend to flock together, if you know what I mean. But I'm not here going to get into that. But community empowerment, this is what we need. We need Black men and minority men is to come together and empower our kids, to let them know that they are somebody. They are beautiful. They are smart. They are intelligent. They cannot allow their kids to believe that they cannot achieve. Black kids can achieve greatness, but the white man trying to keep them back to make sure that they don't get ahead. Can you smell these roses? Can you see the writing on the wall, what these administration is trying to do to American people? Community empowerment, while supporting Black-led initiative and redefining success on culturally affirming terms. We need to stick together. We need to pray together. And we must not allow certain things to go down right in front of our eyes. I'm going to say this. Now that I'm getting ready to get on my high horses, let me give you a history as to the root causes. Let's go back into slavery. Let's stay into slavery right now. How Black men was treated. They was bought over to be treated as property. They was humiliated and killed in front of their family. You must understand, slavery, 100 Black men living in a small little cell, sleeping on top of each other with one bathroom, only eat one meal a day. Do you understand? But they don't want to talk about why we're being treated so badly because of the color of our skin. How would you feel, white man, you white supremacist, if you go down and burn down a whole town of Black people, killing everything, burning down all their wealth, and because you're white, I don't like Black. Why? God did not put you here to think that you are the dominant race. He brought us here all equal. And if you can program that in your mind, then we can get somewhere. How would you feel? How would you feel? The white man take the Black woman, cut the baby out of there, and stomp the baby. How would you feel, white man? How would you feel? If we did everything that you have done to us, how would you feel? But if you don't have a heart, you don't have a conscience, you have no feeling. I'm talking about real talk. How the system is set up now. We cannot afford to allow this range of administration to destroy this world. And Black people, I'm going to say this to you. You better arm your kids. You better protect your family. Whatever the cost is going to take you to protect your family, you better be a man. Do not allow white people to intimidate you and put inferiority among you by using tactics. They come and arrest you. Stop resisting. The laws are designed to protect the white people. The laws are not designed to protect you. Look how things work. If you got money, you're going to get off. Look how things work. President Trump, a white supremacist, 34 felony, been accused of raping young kids, done got away with everything. Now, if there was a Black man, you've got the white supremacists. Oh, hell no, that ain't true. Let's go around and put propaganda out. These Democratic is really trying to start some shit. That's all they're going to say. Everything that they get caught with their hand in the cooking jar, they going to to blame it on the Democrats. Look at what's happening. If they can keep you calm, make you forget about a lot of things, that's the main objective. Black people, white people, you got these to see. And if your ears been washed and clean, you should be able to hear everything going down. But if you are ignorant beyond your intelligence, that's the problem. So when I say to you, as Black people, we need to learn to stick together and be willing to fight together and be able to and be willing to die together for our culture. Our Black forefathers have died for this country under the hands of slavery, under the hands of white supremacists. Are you going to sit up there and forget about your grandfather and them, what they done fought for, what they went through with? Are you going to let your kids continue to be destroyed by this economy? What are we going to do about it? Yes, I'm talking out of terms, but I just want you to be aware of these southern states. These white supremacists are setting up shooting camps. They setting up all type of comeback training camps right under you. It's private property. And guess who goes to these private practices? All the peoples that run in that state. The government, the legislature. They setting up all type of boot camp for young kids, white kids only. And we setting back Black people's killing each other up at an alarming rate. Because the system is designed to do what your Black peoples are doing. Kill each other up. Drop out of school at an alarming rate. I see you in prison. That's the next step. Education is a must until we educate and train our kids to be productive citizens. Things going to continue to fall down like a tumbling set of bricks. I'm talking about real talk. Are you aware of what's going on in America right now in front of us? These southern states, Mississippi, Alabama, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, they are finding more Negroes hung out of the tree. We are finding more Negroes is being cut up. Who's going to do the investigation? Do you think that the white supremacists going to do the investigation? Do you think that the white man is going to go out of the way to investigate the Black man in these southern states? Let him die. You ain't nothing but a nigger. Let him die. That's the way the southern people think. When you look behind all these people with these masks on, why do they need to wear masks? They don't want to be identified. These are the people that you done voted into office. These are the people that dressed up like sheep, but they damn wolves in your community. Black people, when are we going to wake up? Everything shine is not gold. You cannot believe because you work in this particular organization that you're a Black man in the middle, white man above you. That means that sometimes you become the straw ball. Your job is you stay here. I'm going to keep you here, but I want to up under you is to stay up under you. That is control. When you're uneducated, you don't understand the cause and the effect. Things don't just happen, they happen just. I'm going to ask you this one question. What are you seeing more today since President Trump got into office? What are you seeing more today than you ever seen before? You got all these radical organizations that showed up because they believe in what President Trump said. You got all of these, they got started in one state, they call it a white nation. You understand? Look at the news. A white nation. You're not allowed to go into a certain part because they got 200 acres of land. They call it white nation. This is going on right in front of our eyes, people. You got all the white supremacy. Now they don't grow some. They walk downtown with their masks on. I mean, if they brave, why don't they take the masks off? Take them off. Let us see if you are a man, if you got those kind of deals on you, let's see them. This is a form of intimidation. This is a form to inflict fear on minority people. I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it to you. If you've been in the military and you know who your enemies are, and you need to watch your enemies. Your enemies all around you. Your enemy is camouflaging himself to make you say, hey, man, that's not me. I'm all black. Man, I see what they're doing. Look, that is your problem. That is the person that's trying to keep you back. They will tell you what you think you want to hear. Black people, education is a must. I must say this to you. The best way to keep our kids out of the jailhouse and dropping out of school is to keep them in the schoolhouse. The schoolhouse is a place of slavery. Is a schoolhouse a place of education. Not everything good in the education system, because when you got separation, white, black, the world gonna always be upside down. Look at what's happening. All the money gonna go to all the white universities. Anything deal with black university, he's cutting the funding. Y'all see the kind of world we're living in? Don't be blind to what is going on. I'm talking real talk. And I pray that you share my video with all your buddies, whether they white, black, green, share it. Go to my YouTube channel and look at the whole video. And you know what? I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Please share, make comment, and hit the notification button. Because God has given me the ability to be able to deliver, be able to understand the world that we live in, and be able to be an advocate to all the world, whether it be black, white, green, or purple. Speak up. Stand up for what you believe in and not falling for anything. My brothers and sisters, I'm going to say this and I'm going to close it out. Unless you got God in your life, unless you wake up with him, go to sleep with him, you're going to have a problem. God knows your heart. He knows everything about you. But you can believe one thing. You need him. He don't need you. He brought you in this world as a gift. He brought you in this world and he equipped you before you came out your mother's womb. He equipped you with abilities, skills, knowledge, and power. He equipped you with that. This computer up here was equipped, just like when you're buying a computer, it's already programmed in. All you got to do is plug it in. He equipped us with it. But once we came into this world, we allowed the world to separate us from God's children. He separated us, you white, you black, you Chinese, you name it. This is what the world have done. God didn't do it, but we need God in our life every day. Black people, white people, be aware of what's to come. Be aware of how these other countries have turned against us. Be aware that civil war is on the way. Be aware that the white supremacists is setting up in all locations in the federal government. They're only going to do one thing, what President Trump tells them to do. Unless we stick together and take down these clowns, we're going to have a problem. Look at the war. Look at all the disasters and everything getting ready to take place. And we are going to protect this one man that's running this world. It's about money for him. If you think that President Trump is out there fighting for you, you are blind. It's about rich getting richer. The poor are going to get poor. I'm talking real talk about what's happening in America. Social Security, the veteran going to suffer. Cutting financial aid all over the country. He wants people to die. He wants people to suffer under the hand of his mental illness. America, if you love America, you'll fight for All of us, regardless of our race, religion, sex, or national origin. If you're out there fighting for one man, hell is waiting for you. Because if you pick one man over God, there is two gates. There is a narrow gate and there is a wide gate. So if you pick President Trump, that wide gate is going to take you straight to hell. I think 1 and 1 is 2. The narrow gate is only a few people is going to get in. Those people who believe in God, those who trust God, those who feel that God put us for a reason to teach love, peace, kindness. This is what? If you get in that narrow gate. How many of us going to get in that narrow gate? How many of y'all going to go knowing that you're going straight to hell, but you rather go to hell than to pick God? If you got any racial issue, if you got something that causing you to hate people because of their race, their religion, or their sex, or national origin, you go to God and ask him, help me destroy this evil spirit. It's keeping me back from serving you. If you got any kind of issue against these kind of things, the only person that can destroy that evil spirit in you is God. Nobody else can do it. And another thing, if you don't believe in God, that spirit will never be destroyed. You're going to die with it, just like a lot of these other hate groups out here. I ask God to give me a clean heart and an open mind to love all of his children, not just one. Do you want America to be safe? Black people, minority people. Your election official get ready to come up. If you vote for them, you're going to get worse of pain, because those same people that you're putting back in the office, they is the one that's destroying this America. The senators in your state, what are they doing for you? They refuse to show up for meeting. President Trump told them to answer questions. If you're not a pathologic liar, don't get in front of the camera. This is what's happening in America. I know. I let my emotion get involved, but guess what? I let it get involved in a good way, because my main objective is the awareness, the cause, the effect of why Black people or minority people are treated the way they are being treated. Wake up, Black peoples, minority people. We've been here too long to go back. Arm your kids with ability, skills, and knowledge. They were born with it. Don't let them erase things that God has given to us. We need to be aware of our enemy is standing right around us. You must arm yourself to protect your family, your friends, white, Black, whatever it is, because we're dealing with a civil war right now on our hands. I refuse to allow any man to make me feel less than a man. I don't care what color you are. I'm a man just like you. I got a heart just like you. I would not be intimidated by no man. Only person I'm intimidated is by God. The only person I fear is God. Fearing God is the beginning of salvation. And every time I read about Isaiah 43:10, I am your God and your Lord. I will lift you up with my righteous, victorious right hand. You can walk through deep waters and you won't drown. You can walk through fires and you won't burn. Now, I believe what the Creator is telling me. Fear not. Fear not no man. And you need to start reading your Bible. That's the problem that right now, nobody reading their Bible. Everybody going about he say, she say. I will say this. God, man, I done read Bibles. You look at my whole shelf. I done read so many Bibles. I done wrote over 2,000 prayers. And anybody that want a prayer for me that I wrote throughout my career, all you got to do is text me or send me an email. I'll send them to you. They're not doing any good setting them these binders. This is about real talk. May God bless America. May God protect you and your family and your loved one. And remember this, God so loved the world, he sacrificed his only beloved son. All peoples are your brothers and sisters. Men are your brothers, sisters, the ladies, all ladies. They didn't separate them. We all got one God and one Lord and one Savior. Have a nice day. Been a plum pleasing pleasure. To all my brothers and sisters, look, keep praying. Adios.